Hello, today we're going to discuss splice. Okay, again, we're going to focus on the common grammatical mistakes that we usually make, and one of those is splice. So, what is a splice? It occurs when two independent clauses are joined by a comma without a conjunction. So, what does it look like? So, here are examples of a comma splices. Number one, onions are necessary when making soup, comma, they bring out the taste of the food. Education needs to adapt to changes, comma, it shouldn't stop. Why is it wrong? Okay. Remember that independent clauses are group of words that can stand by itself as a complete sentence. They have complete ideas. And so therefore, comma is not the correct punctuation because comma is not strong enough to end a sentence. So how do we fix comma splices? So you make separate sentences. So for example, you use a period. Onions are necessary when making soup. Period. They bring out the taste of the food. Education needs to adapt to changes. Period. It shouldn't stop. Okay? Remember that a comma is not strong enough to end a sentence. If your sentence already has a complete thought, end it with a period. Okay? So the first technique to fix a comma splice is to make separate sentences. The second is to use a semicolon instead of a comma. Unlike comma, a semicolon can join two independent clauses, like a period. So, a semicolon is the one that you can use, but it means that there exists a close relationship between your first independent clause and your second independent clause. So, here's an example. Onions are necessary in making soup, semicolon, they bring out the taste of the food. Then that's correct already. Education needs to adapt to changes, semicolon, it shouldn't stop. All right? So instead of a comma, you can use a semicolon. All right? That's the second technique. The third technique is to add a conjunction. Onions are necessary when making soup because they bring out the taste of the food. Okay? So to join them, to make it a compound sentence, you use a coordinating conjunction because. Onions are necessary when making soup because they bring out the taste of the food. Period. Or you can use education needs to adapt to changes, comma, and it shouldn't stop. Okay? So you can add a conjunction. Are comma splices always wrong? Not necessarily. Most often they are, but there are some instances where they can be correct. In fiction or personal essay, comma splice can convey racing thoughts or emotions. But remember that fiction or personal essays, they sometimes forgo grammar rules in order to convey ideas, in order to convey emotions. So they are actually protected by creative freedom. So when you read fiction, sometimes it doesn't follow the rules of grammar, and personal essays also. But other types of essays, right? Narrative essays, analytical essays, descriptive essays, they follow the rules of grammar. Okay, going back. When is it acceptable? In fiction or personal essay, comma splice can convey racing thoughts or emotions. Here is an example. In our bid to get the session over with, we've forgotten to get to know our learners, engage with them, talk to them. And so therefore, even though we have forgotten to get to know our learners, engage with them, talk to them, okay, is missing a conjunction there, and it almost becomes there are independent clauses within them. This is acceptable within this particular context, okay? Because it's a personal essay and covered by the creative license to forgo the rules of grammar. Similarly, right? Similarly, rhetoric can also, you can also use it in rhetoric because it can use to convey the idea more emphatically. For example, I came, I saw, I conquered. So these are comma splices because I came, I saw, and I conquered are all three separate independent clauses already. They can, you can actually use a period there, but um, perhaps the meaning will be different. Okay, or in poetry because it can make the lines more melodious. But again, similar with fiction, poetry is covered by creative license. So, for example, here, do not go gentle into that good night, old age should burn and rave at close of day. These are the instances where comma splice are acceptable. But in normal, professional, academic circumstances, comma splices are not acceptable. Okay? Remember, commas are not strong enough to end a sentence. Okay? If you want, if you already have a sentence that expresses a complete thought, you can use a period, the easiest, the simplest. You can use a semicolon, or you can add a conjunction. All right? So that's our lesson for today, comma splice. I hope that that has helped you. These rules are very simple, but they actually could make or break your essay or your whatever it is that you're writing. I bid you good luck on whatever writing that you will be creating. I hope this has helped you. Thank you so much for being here. Please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you would know when I will upload, when and if I upload another video lesson. Thank you for being here. Have a good day. Bye.